Listen, Mom Dukes was taught him, young Fashano, how to be able to be an offensive tackle. She was trying her best to get her little scrawny head in there, and Mom kept hitting her with that back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Threw an elbow in there one time.
Here.
Yo.
I'm hugging my son. Get out of here. This is not your moment.
Body was squared up. Like, Mom's...
Not your moment.
Anticipatory. Like, Mom's really...
And she had the gall to like reach over Mom Dukes too and grab the man. What are you doing? Just wait your turn.
Yo, Beth. That shit crazy.
On a Saturday, you know it's not a Saturday. It's a Friday night. It is Friday night. I'm not happy. I can't even get through my spit. I can't do it. Welcome to the All Even Podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. This is episode. What is this episode? Is it really? Is this the 200th episode?
This is the 200th episode?
Holy shit.
Wow, that came fast.
Wow.
Pause. That crept up on us, though.
You serious?
Where's the champagne?
That's...
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared either. I got nothing because I'm depressed. I don't want to pop no champagne. I don't even want to speak. This is why I have all of you here. You guys can take the show over, do whatever you want. Okay? Catch me on Instagram and TikTok and all of these things, All Even podcasts. You know what it is. Every week I come here and say the same thing. I'm just sick of it today. I really am. I'll tell you why. If you know me, you know exactly how I feel. YouTube, the thing is going to be somewhere on the screen. Tell a friend to tell a friend because the page is growing. Trust me, I am one of the most hated people on the internet. I don't know if you know. But go ahead and check. Claw's not here. Claw's somewhere. Shouts to Claw. Miss him. He'll be back next week. Jimmy, the super intern, he got his name back. What's up, man?
We've done it.
Yeah. So the fact that I've seen you here consecutive weeks, I am so proud of you. I really am.
Thank you.
Listen, I enjoy you being here. So the fact that when I get upset is because you're not here. You know, you tell me, oh, I got vacation, or I gotta go to this hole-in-the-wall gambling. That means you don't care about what goes on with me and here. And then I try to text him and I get nothing.
Damn.
I get nothing. He's like Batman, he just disappears. Mid-conversation.
That's crazy.
Mid-conversation.
You gotta fight crime and win poker bets.
Yeah. So, happy to see you.
Good to be here.
You look good.
Thank you.
All right? Make sure you get that mullet. I want the mullet haircut is what you need.
We got closer.
No, we need to. We're gonna film that. Jimmy gets a mullet. Yeah, we're gonna get that on camera.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Facts. Sound Assassin is here.
What's up?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Busy week.
Yeah,
always
usual.
busy.
Yeah.
People always asking her. You know, she's in high demand. You know, she got a lot of stuff going on.
She's good at what
man.
she does.
You know, she's very good at what she does. She'll never leave here. Tell you that right now. Okay, where she goes, okay, what type of opportunities? She's always gonna be here. All Even podcast, okay. But yes, glad to have you here. It's my friend. It's my main Damie over there.
I love her work, man. You gotta check out her other platforms. Not shouting out any other platforms currently, but when she gets her time, she should let you know because she does.
Facts.
She does a good job.
We not gonna break that. Let her do it.
She could do it.
Let her do it. But my man Jeff is back in the building. How you doing, man?
What up? How you
It's
feeling, brother?
always good to see you. It
Yeah,
really
man.
is.
It's always good to be here.
Yeah, you know, listen, when you're here, I perk up a little bit because, you know, we have some conversations, man. There's some debate. There's some back and forth. There's some emotion that I get.
There you go.
You know?
Since high school.
Yeah. It wasn't that crazy in high school.
I couldn't stand you. What do you mean?
That is a lie.
It's the truth.
That's a lie.
I grew into liking you.
I think a lot of people said that. I think a lot of people were just like, you know, when I met him, it's just such a jerk. But you're like, you know, you realize that he means well.
There's like good jerks and bad jerks.
Yeah.
Like you weren't an asshole.
Right.
You were a jerk. There's a difference.
Exactly.
There's a difference. So I learned to appreciate the jerking.
I've grown into a mature man, though. Okay,
Yeah.
Like I am a completely different person. How a lot of people don't think so. Like, let's just get it out of the way. All right, let's just get it out of the way before we even start. But you know, there's some things going, but let's just talk about it. Like, why am I getting dragged on the internet right now? Why?
I mean, yo, people want to see black people have the power of nepotism work for them. And even though I understand your point, when I saw the clip, I was like, oh, they're gonna rake him over the coals. Because I mean,
Anything
Giannis
I
has
say,
the power.
they rake me.
Giannis has the power, and when you have the power, you gotta use it because unfortunately, when other people have had the power over us, they've used theirs. So when you have the power, you gotta use it. But go ahead, go off. How do you feel about Giannis and his brother strongholding the league and strongholding Nike?
Well, I've said my piece, but I like the way you so eloquently laid that out. You did. And the people, I just want to look directly into the camera. For the people that didn't agree with me and told me these mean things on the internet, I listened. I hear you. And this is what I have to say. For anybody that took what I said as a personal attack, that just means that you're one of those freeloading ass niggas that don't want to work for what you want to do. You want to go ahead and hop on somebody else's coattails and get to the top. That's not the way we do things here. All right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So if you want to go ahead and drag me for that,
I mean, how many times are they gonna take away your black card?
Hey, you can't Candace Owens me. They ain't gonna do that to me. You know what I mean? She went ahead and went completely left.
Yeah.
They got rid of her and came back and they took her back. Black culture took her back.
They took her back.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not dissing my people. I'm just saying that there's a lot of us that like the free ride. That's all I'm saying. They don't want to work for it. You got a homie that he's successful, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, what about me? Hey, what about you? What are you doing? Like, show me something that you have some ambition to be able to do something in your life rather than just be a part of my entourage and get paid for it. No.
And something about the big brother part of it is different, bro. Because like you supposed to, like when you go out, you're supposed to take your little brother with you. That's the big bro.
I'm gonna take care of my big. What
That's
is
the big bro?
Take your ass somewhere and go make something of yourself. What are you talking about?
And you got a coach fired?
Yeah.
Bro.
Listen, I've already said my piece about Giannis,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna get into it today. There's lots to get into. We gonna talk about the NFL draft, right? That's currently going on. You know, your Patriots. I want to know what you thought about, you know, what they did with their draft picks. My Cowboys. There's some news there. What the hell is going on with the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix Jr.? Now, granted, I love the kid, but we gonna talk about it. What else we had here? Oh, you said that you wanted to talk about how I feel about CJ Stroud and Micah Parsons. They had a draft coverage of the first round. Did a really good job. I think they really
guys have some chemistry.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. However, there is a however. NBA playoffs. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, I saw a subject for you.
There's a lot to talk about, and listen. I'm gonna tell Silent Assassin it's gonna be camera on me for a good 15 minutes because I have to purge. I did it earlier on Instagram. I have to further purge. I have to talk about these Lakers, and I gotta get it out of my system because it's the last time I'm talking about it. The last time I'm talking about it until the offseason. I'm gonna get it out right now, and that's it. I'm done. Giannis is out for game 3. The game just happened. Dame is a little banged up. Pacers won the game, so Bucks are in trouble like I knew they would be.
Embiid, Bell's palsy. That's crazy.
Embiid with the Bell's palsy, and he ended up dropping 50 on the Knicks. We're gonna talk about that. And the series that nobody gives a shit about, I'm gonna give it some light today. Suns, we'll talk about it, just playoffs in general. Irrelevant news of the week, and the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Before we get into all that stuff, right? Talked about how people drag me, black card gone. They want me to,
sell your mics,
sell my mics. They want me to jump off cliffs. There's just a lot of hate that's been going around. But one thing that I don't like, right? Listen, I just got monetized on TikTok. I'm hearing news about they trying to ban it. What? That's the type of luck that I have, right?
That's
is that
crazy.
I'm just starting to get some bread on TikTok, right?
Just learn how to make it work.
Ban
Ban it.
Ban it. Destroy it. What? No. Continue to use your videos and make stupid dance videos and all this stuff. And conspiracy theories that Jimmy the super intern likes to dive into. That's what they do on TikTok. Continue it. Just let me get my money. That's all I care about. Like, what is going on with TikTok since you are the resident intellectual on the show? Please.
Well, at first, I'm not going to lie, I did side with the U.S. government, but with everything that has been going on with the past couple months, I just feel like that's the wrong place to put your focus. So the main thing going on with TikTok is they feel like their algorithm with TikTok, just like all these social media platforms, they take your information, use your information for whatever they want to use it for.
Right.
For the most part, it's to really sell you the new toaster, new fridge, new car, new whatever. That's
But
the main
there
thing.
are nuances.
There are nuances.
Situations where they sell your stuff on the black market.
There you go. And because China doesn't allow Facebook, doesn't allow Instagram, doesn't even allow our version of TikTok, the U.S. government they're kind of being babies. Oh, because we can't do this in your country, you can't do this in ours. They've been trying to make it seem like it's a risk for national security, which I'm sure almost anything can be a risk for national security that's on these airwaves. But that's really what it is. If we don't get a piece of your pie, you can't get a piece of ours. So now, along with sending $95 million for more war, the government has signed off on TikTok having to sell the parts of its company that belong to China off in a year. And if they don't, they're just going to ban the app from our phones. And TikTok itself might be like, hey, we'll just take our algorithm, which it's like selling
TikTok.
That's TikTok. It's like selling a car without the engine.
Correct.
So I think it's going to be a big fight. I think it's going to last longer than a year. I don't think it's going to be resolved in a year. And I do think TikTok is eventually going to win. It's too many people on the platform. It's a form of income for a lot of people on the platform. And the government isn't getting people's trust. Go take care of other stuff first. Like, this shouldn't be on the list of priorities. And for Biden, who I rock with, but for you to be doing this in an election year, it just shows how tone deaf the government is to the needs of the American people. So I think it's going to be a long, dragged out fight. Like,
that was well said. And this is why I love having you up here, because you bring the facts and you speak in such a clear,
I'm passionate about this stuff, man.
You are.
I am.
And I agree. And shouts to the spiritual whistleblower, because I spoke to her briefly about the situation, because she is Miss TikTok to me. Like, you know, when it comes to TikTok, I go to her. Right? I say, what do you think about the situation? She's like, it's all BS. It's all going to be tied up in court. You ain't got to worry about nothing for the next 2 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, you good. So that's, and listen, all that stuff you said is right. It's real, right? It's facts. We don't care, though. You know what I'm saying? Tied up in court, TikTok. Keep it going.
Facts.
So people can be able to continue to watch their sovereign citizen videos, the TikTok dance videos, conspiracy theories, and I can be able to start making money. That's all I care about. Listen,
And that's all it's about.
Whatever's going on with y'all, go ahead and fix it. Go ahead and fix it. If you want to have to spruce up the algorithm and get a new one, whatever it is, just leave it the way it is and tweak it a little bit if you have to. If not, then go to court, sue, whatever you gotta do, and keep it tied up for the next decade. That's it. That's the American way.
Yeah.
Tied up for the next decade. That's it.
1000%.
Yeah. Like, listen, I don't care which way. Just don't take what I'm earning. That's it.
Of all the platforms, is TikTok the best one financially?
I don't know. I haven't
yet?
really, I haven't actually made any money off of TikTok yet.
Yet, but they put you into the program.
Yes, I'm in the program now. So just because I'm in the program, don't take it away. All right, that's what I'm saying.
So
I'm
I
in the
can't ask
program
for a
now.
loaner just yet.
No.
problem.
Give me a couple months. Give me a couple months and a couple more hate speeches what goes viral. You know, we'll be able to talk. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's just, I agree with you. It's very tone deaf. This is not something that, you know, because when I saw it, I'm like, come on, Biden, don't sign this now. Don't do this. Like, wait until you get elected, and then you can be able to kind of just like do something.
And then people
quietly.
are protesting the war. You
Yeah,
keep sending money for aid, and this is the thing that you guys can get together. Just not like that. That's just not a good. Optically, it's not a good.
It's
thing.
not. It's not. You know. But that's our government.
Yeah.
We do a lot of dumb shit. Jimmy, don't listen to that. Okay. Don't take that and run with it when I say the government does a lot of dumb shit. Because you take things down the road. You know.
I'm already thinking.
Yeah, I know you are. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the NFL draft. I mean, it's currently going on. What are we in? Round three right now?
Middle of round three.
Middle of round three. But, we are definitely just going to go into, it says that Cleveland is on the clock. So we're at round 3, pick 85. What do you want to do? You want to go over the first 15 picks in the first round?
Those are the ones that everybody was really watching for. Those
Yeah.
are the ones that we're really talking about. I mean, Caleb Williams, of course, to the Bears.
I mean, that was the worst kept secret, obviously. Like, him and his painted nails and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm happy for the Bears. This might be, I don't think they've had in their entire history of the organization, they haven't had a 3,000-yard passer. They haven't had a 4,000-yard passer, and they haven't had somebody throw for over 30 touchdowns.
He's the most talented quarterback they've ever had.
Yeah.
Just off talent alone.
Yeah.
He's the most talented. I think just because of the way football is played nowadays, he will be the most successful throwing quarterback in their history as well.
And they started building a team around him before he even got there. So
Yeah.
they did their homework and they did their thing. So I think we're going to see the Bears come out of the basement a little bit.
Yeah. The one thing that I've told people about with Caleb Williams is that, I'm a USC fan. I saw him up close for 2 years. He can make every throw on planet Earth. On the run, he can throw across his body. He can do every single thing that you want a quarterback to do. The problem is what's upstairs. Is he mature enough to be able to handle losing at a high rate?
Yeah.
Being able to be the leader when things get tough, because I've seen situations at SC when things are not scripted and going the way it's supposed to go, he doesn't tend to look the best optically. We're not talking about his performance on the field. We're talking about antics that he does off the field. The crying, those things, you got to be a professional. When you're a quarterback, you have to be a certain way. Even if you want to be this emotional person, you have to be the constant. And that's something that he's going to have to learn.
I think you're right, but I think he did learn that because of the criticism he got all last year.
Well, let's hope.
Because it wasn't really the offense, it was the defense that couldn't keep them in games, and they lost more games than they would have. So he did his job. Of course, he was still emotional about it, but like you said, let's hope, because he was subject of a lot of stories last year. So hopefully that's something moving forward, because, I mean, you're not going to the best team. But again, not only did they draft him not to jump the line, but they also got another wide receiver with the ninth pick. Legit. So, like, they got somebody in the foxhole with him. Yeah. It's not just coming in there and there's a whole bunch of grown men with this college kid, and then you have to lead. At least you got your ace, or at least you got your one guy with you. So I think he's going to be going into a pretty good situation. I don't know how many games they win, and to me, I don't know how much it matters. I just want to see him play well.
I don't think it matters how many games.
Yeah.
This is more of a building block. Make sure that he understands and gets, up to speed with the speed of the NFL game and progress week to week.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see from your young quarterback. Even if he struggles, if he progresses week to week, understands the cadences, understands what the defenses are showing him and all those things. That's what you're looking for. Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions as a rookie.
Yeah,
like those.
But
are
you
things,
saw flashes of greatness.
You saw how good he was, so it didn't matter about what the numbers were. You know what I mean? So that's what it is with Caleb Williams. Going on next, the Washington Commanders. They take Jaden Daniels. How do you feel about that kid out of LSU?
I mean, it was chalk. We knew he was going to take him. I don't have a lot of love for the Washington Commanders. I've watched them fumble over themselves for years and years.
Magic Johnson's over there. Now. You gotta relax.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I hope they finally got it right now. But I mean, outside of Caleb Williams and JJ McCarthy, I haven't really watched that much of this draft class. I did a little bit of reading on them.
Yeah.
He was the consensus #2 pick. A couple people want him. I think the Vikings want to try to trade up to try to get him. So I mean, hopefully Washington does the right thing. They do have weapons over there. Terry McLaurin. The defense was actually pretty good last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just happy for the kid. Let's see where he goes. I don't have a strong opinion on him.
Yeah,
Washington, bro. Let's just.
The one thing I can say about him is that he's a little slight in regards to his build, but he's tall. He's 6'4", so he has the ability to bulk up and put on weight and be able to really take the hits that are coming, because Washington's offensive line was not that great last season.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to be mobile and do what he does. But if they can be able to protect him, he does have the talent to be able to get better and get and lead this team. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but he's very talented. So that's what you're looking for. As long as you have talent at the position, everything else will kind of work itself out. As long as you put the necessary tools and the protection around that talent, you can be able to see the fruits of your labor. So I think that's where the Commanders are, and that's pretty good.
And Bieniemy's out though. He's not there.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
So. Bieniemy's in college now.
I figured.
He's at I think he's at UCLA, I believe.
I can't remember. I remember hearing the news that he left.
Yeah, I think he's at
track
UCLA.
where he went.
Yeah. Now to your team, New England Patriots.
I'm
Drake
gonna
May.
support the guy. I would have preferred that we traded back and got some draft capital. We have so many holes to fill on that team, and I think Gerard Mayo has a big uphill battle to climb, or uphill to climb. But Drake May, there's nothing I saw on tape that made me go, ooh. I feel like he's the frat boy quarterback. He's the Sam Bradford. He's the Sam Howell. He's a guy with the cannon for an arm. But I don't know what he is mentally. I don't know what he is in tough situations. I don't know if he's really going to be able to lead a group of grown men. Maybe backup at best, but you need a face of the organization. And they felt like this guy was the guy to be the face of the organization and to start to build with. I would have rather at least get some offensive weapons to start off with, because you could slot a guy in there and at least get your guys going. But this is the way the organization wants to go. Kraft is not playing any games. He wants to win another chip, and I guess he believes that starts with having a signal call up front. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to support him. It's the Patriots. That's going to be my guy. But man, there's a lot of things going on in that building that I'm just not really too happy about.
You know, I'm a kick Robert Kraft's back in. Pause. In regards to how he did my man Bellerings. I ain't like it. That's dirty work.
Couple things.
That's dirty work.
That, and then he has his son kind of calling the shots, and the son wanted the QB. It's like, well, if you're going to empower this coach, empower the coach, and do it how y'all did with Belichick. Let's build on the defense first, because last year, I mean, for whatever issues the team had, we were holding guys to 3 points, 7 points, 10 points.
Right.
Let's build on that, and then actually have an identity for the team rather than hand it over to this young QB and then not know where we're going.
Right.
So,
Yeah, empower the young black coach.
Yeah.
Don't take his power away from him.
How good is the defense going to be if this kid is throwing pick sixes or picks all day? Like, we can only do so much.
Yeah. I like Drake May. I think he doesn't have he's not prime time to me.
Yes.
Right? But that's okay. That's okay for New England. They don't need somebody to be prime time. They need somebody to be steady. And if he can be able to be steady and consistent and continue to grow in a way that is going to make New England be able to build around him slowly, then that's all you're looking for. The one thing I didn't like, though, I ain't gonna lie to you, is one thing I didn't like before we go to break. He met Kofi Kingston, and Kofi, gifted him a belt from WWE that he was the third pick for the Patriots. He didn't even know how to hold the belt. Like, what's wrong with you? What, you don't watch wrestling? Like, what? He held the belt. He was just like, it just looked mad weird. I was like, what's going on?
See,
Silas, you're gonna have to pull that picture. You're gonna have to see it.
No swag.
It looked weird. He's kind of awkward. But It may work.
Hopefully,
May
but we
work.
saw the awkwardness with Zach Wilson. Let's see what happened
Zach
with him.
Wilson was a fish out of water. Like, that's what he was. He was just like, blacks. Oh, it's New York. Oh. Never seen these before. I don't think Drake makes it. He ain't that extreme. He's just awkward.
He doesn't follow any black quarterbacks on social media.
I don't listen.
And when they asked him to build his best quarterback, I mean, even when it was like as far as running ability, he was like Josh Allen, which is great. But it's like, whoa, really? Like, Lamar's really Lamar can't really out there.
Listen, once he held that belt that way,
he's perfect for New England.
Yeah, he's definitely perfect for New England. After the break, we're gonna continue our NFL, first 15 picks or so breakdown.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Oh, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast?
Yeah, let me get the joint. What's up?
All Even.
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this yo, what's up, man? All Even. Yo, oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump in the
All
camera?
Even podcast, right?
Yeah, All
Shout out
Even.
to All Even podcast, right? All Even? That's your man?
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even podcast. You cool?
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
G. Put him in G. Oh. I shout him out, G. Oh.
Cool, man.
Welcome back, y'all. That was funny. Draft continues.
I have to get it out the shop, bro.
Cardinals on the board. They take Marvin Harrison Jr. with the 4th pick. Listen, I think that this was a home run. I think this is a way to be able to keep that idiot in check. And maybe he'll be able to start studying now because he got a smart ass wide receiber that can tell him, listen, you got to figure this out. You got to look for this, and that.
Might be the best player in the draft, so you definitely want to make that work.
Yeah.
Probably gonna keep him there a couple more years. Hopefully, he can make some more on-time throws. That's his main thing. We don't need you to scramble all the time.
Yeah.
So hopefully, with a receiver the caliber of Marvin Harris Jr., because I think he's going to be one of those guys who makes an impact right away.
Oh no, he's a set it and forget it type of guy.
Yeah.
His route tree, his footwork, his fundamentals, his catch radius, everything about this kid, and he's not a diva.
And pedigree.
Yeah, pedigree. Father wasn't a diva. Father was a great Hall of Fame wide receiver. He's going to be better than his father. And he understands the NFL game. He understands how to be a pro.
Yeah.
Because his father taught him how to be a pro. So, I hate the fact that he's on the Cardinals. I really do. I would have preferred him being in New England. That'd have been nice.
That's what I was hoping for.
That'd have been nice.
If we didn't trade back, I was one of the people I hope that we got. So we have him for the next couple of years.
However,
make it work.
Y'all may get somebody else.
Yeah, we'll see.
You may get that Debo. That's rumored out there.
I'm gonna trust the coach. So
yeah. But yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals, I think is a great fit. Like I said, I think it's gonna keep Kyler Murray in check and be able to have him mature the way he needs to, because you got a guy like that, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You know what I mean? What else we got? We have Joe Alt. I think Joe Alt is the best offensive tackle in the draft, obviously by a long shot. Yeah. When it comes to Notre Dame and tackles and offensive linemen, just book it.
And that lets me know they're gonna run that rock.
Yeah. So and that's the thing. Jim Harbaugh is a guy that loves to run the football. He is an avid supporter of running the football, which is actually going to be better for Justin Herbert as well, because, throwing the ball 50 times a game, now you're going to be able to get that nice balance. They have a good offense. You have a guy that can be able to really allow Justin Herbert to develop the right way, because he was a quarterback.
And did Harbaugh bring over Greg Roman already?
I think so. Yeah. So it's hand
that rock off. You'll be all right, bro. It's gonna open it up for the play actions. You're already a dope quarterback. You already make great decisions. You already have a rocket arm. You can put the ball wherever you want it. Let it have a 50-50 game.
Now
you'll be fine.
Now you have a guy that can be able to protect you for the next 15 years. Because Joe Alt's a beast. He's a beast. He's athletic, strong. At the point of attack, there's just nothing really bad that you can be able to say about this guy.
Blue chip prospect.
100%. Interesting selection here for Silent Assassins, New York Giants. Malik Neighbors, what do you think about that one?
I think he is a super talented kid, and I feel bad for him because Daniel Jones might turn him into the next Kenny Galladay.
There was a tweet or something by this guy. I want to get the I don't know if it was real or it's trolling, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. Guy's name is Wesley Steinberg. He said new Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors just met Daniel Jones for the first time, but it was so awkward the social media team decided not to post it.
Damn.
So Neighbors, he already gives me diva vibes. Like he mentioned himself in the third person.
Yeah.
And most great wide receivers are, but when you got a guy like Daniel Jones that you have to rely on to throw you that football.
Yeah, things are gonna get frustrating real fast.
Yeah, it's gonna get dicey, man. So shouts to the kid. I mean, you're literally getting thrown into the fire.
And LSU receivers haven't really let us down recently, so he's gonna be nice. It's just, are they gonna have that chemistry and connection quick enough to actually make a difference?
And listen, and this may end up helping a guy like Daniel Jones, right? Like having a guy, a big target that you can be able to throw to, talented. This may be something that may kind of get him into
good receivers before. So
who?
Sterling.
Come on.
Nah, he wasn't whack.
Stop it.
He's not whack, bro.
He's not whack. But every 2 games he hurt.
True.
150 yards one game. Next game he out 6 weeks. Hey, come on now. You can't gain no rhythm like that.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean.
That's all I'm saying. So,
I feel like the Giants still have a long way to go. But
they got a lot of
This is,
They got a lot of holes.
And even if they let go or if something happens with Daniel Jones, at least you have that wide receiver position, which they've always been good at.
Yes.
They had Odell. They had Mr. Salsa before. They've always been good at that. So,
yeah.
I'm going to trust.
So shouts to the Giants for picking a good pick. Malik Neighbors is a good guy, but little bit of diva. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tennessee Titans takes J.C. Latham out of Bama. Very, very good pick. Another guy. He's just, athletic.
I'm just mad that they don't have Tajay Spears running behind him. Because he looked like he was ready to break out. And I would have been very excited for fantasy for him getting a new lineman and them not having a great QB for them to be running the rock. I still think they will, but I think they're gonna just treat him like a change of pace back. But I mean, again, good pick with the lineman there.
Yeah, JC. I mean, they can be able to kind of line him up on either side. That's how versatile he is. He can.
I think he can play center. They said
he can play all over the line. That's the type of guys you need. I think you're gonna start seeing more guys like that are very hybrid offensive linemen that they're so athletic that can be able to be just put anywhere and be able to succeed, or at least be adequate enough or above average to be able to play that spot. So, shouts to the Tennessee Titans for actually getting it right. Shock of the draft.
Shock of the draft. 8 picks in.
8 picks in. Michael Penix gets drafted. Now,
it's just weird, man. It makes sense the next day, but it's just one of those things that it's just why?
Yeah, in reaction was just okay, but I'm just all right. You sign Kirk Cousins to this big deal. He's making $150 million, $100 guaranteed. So if you really want to talk about it, the first 2 years,
2-year guarantee contract,
2-year guarantee, right? And the most peculiar thing happened is that the GM said, "Yeah, PENIX, great. Can see him starting in 4 or 5 years."
He's 24 now.
He's 24. If you didn't have the confidence in a Kirk Cousins, then why invest this much money into a Kirk Cousins? I think at this point, Kirk Cousins doesn't need to be upset. He just needs to play.
He's going to play. He might not start the season, which can get a little dicey because it is an Achilles tear, so he might miss the first game or two. Or, definitely might miss the first game because of how his recovery is going. But it's just doesn't make sense because Michael Penix is somebody who can start right away. You're going to be sitting him for at least 2 years. I understand they want to go with the Jordan Love way of doing things, but Jordan Love was just really, really raw, and it even took him a half a season to really get his legs from underneath him. But then contractually, yeah, you're only on the hook for Kirk Cousins for 2 years, but that third year you're still gonna have to pay, even at least half if you trade him to another team. And then by the time you really get to see what this kid is, his contract's gonna be up.
Right.
So it's like you have a dynamic offense. I feel like you have 12 wins in your back pocket if you don't screw it up. You're not in the toughest conference. Why not go get an edge rusher and like bring up the defense? Because it's not a lot of edge rushers in this draft. It's only goes about 3 or 4 deep. It's not, you're not going to get depth towards the end of the draft. Right. So you could have did something to help your team right then. And I know you have a lot of offensive firepower. You didn't have to spend a pick there, but to pick up a QB, I mean, I guess he's going to be your guy. But if you have the confidence to give Kirk Cousins the contract you gave him, you feel like you're going to be a contenders. So like, I don't know. I don't. Yeah. I understand the move for the future, and I guess you always have to plan for the future. But I think you could have did better to help your team this year.
Yeah, I think that this should have been their decision out the gate. If you had your eyes on Michael Penix Jr. and everybody knew that this kid was talented, but nobody really thought that he was going to go this high. They thought that he was going to go later into the first round. Yeah. Early second round because of the knee injuries and stuff JJ. Like that. Right, JJ, and the fact that, he's a little older. But if this should have been your plan, okay, we're not going to sign Kirk. We're going to go ahead and get us a nice backup, veteran backup, and have this kid start from day one. But having this clunky situation, it just, it kind of makes Kurt understand that the inevitable is coming and it's going to
mess with his head.
Yeah, I just don't know how this is going to really bode well for success for this team. Now, granted, they got the offense, they got the talent there. They're going to be good. But it's like, for me, I think that it's definitely a slight for Kurt. It doesn't matter because he still needs to play. But it's also like, you're really...
Well, what happens if he's shaky coming off the Achilles injury those first 3 games? Yeah. And now they're like, oh, we drafted a guy in the 8th round, and now the crowd is cheering for Michael
Well, you know what it is, too? In this day and age, I don't think teams really care anymore about eating salaries. We've seen them eat big quarterback contracts now. Like Russell Wilson. Hey, go ahead. Yeah. It's fine. Like, so I think that's kind of what they're looking at now. Is like, all right, whatever it is, we'll absorb it because we got our guy. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It's not like teams are not bogged down anymore just to say, oh, well, we paid this guy a lot of money, man. We are obligated to play him. No, you're not. Like, I think
it's a lot of money, though.
It is. But if you're seeing how the NFL is nowadays, is that they are not scared to move on from a guy no matter how much money they're paying him. You know what I mean? They'll eat dead cat money just to be able to rid themselves of the issue. Yeah. So, I just think that's what the GM's mindset was. My thing is that, like you said, he's older. He's ready to play now. Sitting for 2 years at 26, 20, it's like, come on now. Like you're really delaying the guy's development to be able to make an impact as fast as possible.
And with Kurt possibly not being able to be there for the start of training camp or most of training camp.
You're not going to put him in.
What happens if he lights it up during training camp? Exactly. Now you're just eating all that bread.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's a big problem. Yeah. It's a problem. Like, it's a good problem to have, but it's also
it's weird and wonky.
So I don't know.
If you got him in the 3rd or something like that, it would make more sense. Yeah. Not that he's gonna fall, but like it. Right. They push these quarterbacks so much up that you kind of have to start them. So from the position you got him at is a little strange.
It was funny because once he got drafted, all the Blake was just like...
you can say his demeanor. Like, he walked over to the GM like, yo.
He's like, you got to explain this to me.
Yeah, let's go talk.
What's up? What's going on? And all you seen was GM doing... Look like Dennis Rodman out there. Like, what's going on here? He had to explain himself.
Yeah,
for like 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So, moving on. The Chicago Bears take Rome. What's his name?
Odunze.
Odunze. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kid out of Washington. He put up some big numbers.
Exactly.
Last year,
That's why I'm like, I like that for Caleb.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
top
yeah.
of everything else they did, they got him a
They
young
got weapons.
guy. They got him a young guy so he can bond with
Yeah.
and have somebody on the team with. Because Cam Newton was talking about how, you know, as a quarterback, a young quarterback, you come into an NFL locker room, you have a guy like Steve Smith there. Steve Smith wants to win. He's been in the league a couple of years. He knows how this goes, and he knows that his clock is ticking.
Right.
He wants to win. You give the team over to a young quarterback, you know, a young quarterback and an older veteran don't have the same thing in common. The veteran has kids to go home to. He has responsibilities in real life. Cam, the quarterback, is trying to ingratiate himself with the team. He's like, hey, guys, let's go bowling. Let's go to a movie. Let's go to a club. Steve Smith's like, dude, I got a family to take care of. So having that counterpart be a young guy coming with you who's kind of going to be on the same level as you, because it means he's going to be starting. I think that's a great start for the Bears. I think the Bears are doing a lot of good things. They've sucked for a while.
A long time.
It looks like they're trending upward.
Yeah. Shouts to them, man. I think they were the winners of the first round to me. They just in regards to the talent that they've gotten, it's remarkable for them to be able to get Odunze down there. You know, Caleb Williams. So shouts to them. This pick right here just kind of made me laugh.
It worked though. They traded up. They gave up a few assets. They traded with the Jets, and they got their guy.
They let Kirk Cousins go
to pick up Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Listen,
sometimes you just got traded in for a new model.
Right? They got a cheaper Kirk Cousins. I have respect to them, but he's not that good. Like, his arm is not that great. His leadership qualities are really good. You know, Jim Harbaugh is definitely gonna be able to attest to that.
Yeah, he pumped him up.
His metrics don't impress you. Now, granted, he has some weapons on this team.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Addison, he got Jefferson, so you know he got Gronkinson. So it's
they can do some things. They can play hide the quarterback for a little bit.
Right. So you know, if he can be able to show that he's
competent,
serviceable, right. A game manager. It's pretty much.
We need those. You need
game managers. There's nothing wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be a superstar.
Facts.
You need guys that can be able to just be steady. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a big fan of JJ McCarthy. But let's see what happens. And the best draft pick. I guess we'll just keep it here. No, we'll stop it. We'll stop at 12 or 13.
Yeah, because 12 is that was interesting to me.
Yeah. So we have
the offensive
tackle. He's a
Fashanu.
great guy. Really, really athletic, raw, strong. I call these dudes fridge movers.
Yeah.
Like, these dudes are they're maulers.
And
man.
they used to be the guys at the top of the draft.
Right.
Because they were so good. They only really got pushed back because it's such an offensive league. Everybody wants points.
Right.
So, I mean, you get one of these guys in the first 15.
He would have been a top 5 pick 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But number 12, very interesting.
Listen, I have no clue about what the Denver Broncos are doing.
Yeah.
They got Zach Wilson. They have, who else did they pick? Their quarterback room right now is
filled.
Really bad.
But then Jared Stidham and Zach Wilson, right? But like Bo Nix, I've seen what the Oregon's guys come in and do. So like you kind of got maybe an upgrade over Zach Wilson.
Yeah, but I mean,
like
Justin Herbert, you can't compare Justin Herbert to Bo Nix.
No, I've seen what most of the Oregon guys do.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Justin Herbert, we didn't see him coming, and he's killed.
Right.
A lot of the Oregon guys come in, and they're not great.
Oh, yes, you saw. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're talking about
they're not great. Like,
what's my man's name?
I can't think of his
Mariota.
name. And not only Mariota, there's been a couple of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a weird quarterback room, bro. I can see Zach Wilson actually beating this guy out.
He may end up being a starting quarterback. I ain't gonna hold you.
You.
I think Zach Wilson is
happening.
Zach Wilson is gonna be the franchise. Zach Wilson gonna be the franchise quarterback.
Like some of these guys get pushed up too far. Bo Nix is definitely a second round draft pick.
He's a reach.
Yeah.
Like Denver was like, all right, well, y'all getting quarterbacks. Let me go get this guy. Like that's not what you do. Just because there's a run on quarterbacks doesn't mean you have to reach and go get a quarterback. Because if you go, because think about it, he's getting first round slot money. Like, this is...
And might not beat out the third guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not a thing that you gamble on. Like, a 10th pick or whatever it is. What was it? 12th pick?
12th
This is
pick.
not something that you gamble on. Like, you got to make sure that this guy checks all your boxes. I don't know what box Bo Nix checked, but it ain't this one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm sure...
They could have got a nice little running back.
Yeah.
They could have got some... They could have got a lot, bro.
Yeah. Do you think
It's
that...
okay to trade back and get picks, man. Like,
Do you think that
fucking up.
Sean Payton picked this one?
I mean, he has to have. He has control of the organization. He kicked Russell Wilson out. Hopefully, he didn't do all of that just to not be able to pick his own quarterback. Because now there's no excuses.
But if he was the one that was behind this selection, how do we look at Sean Payton?
I mean, I feel like he's kind of losing his fastball if he is. Because he was always looked at as the smart coach.
Right.
And this doesn't feel like a smart move.
It definitely feels like a...
Dummy.
Yeah. So let's see what he does this year. But I don't have a lot of expectation for the Broncos.
Yeah,
to
I
be
agree.
honest with
I
you,
agree.
bro.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm gonna cut it off. Listen, I'm not going into this deep draft breakdown. This is not what I do. I'm not Mel Kiper. I don't give a shit. But listen, I think most of the picks that happened, man, I think, guys, the one that kind of was iffy to me, I'll go through it real quick. Brock Bowers to the Raiders. They already had Michael Mayer from last year.
Yeah.
Kid is he's a monster, Bowers.
I mean, they got Devontae Adams, so
Right,
hopefully
but it's like, are
they're
you
trying
running
to-
a 2 tight end set? Like, what
They're
is going
gonna
to be
have
the
to.
plan?
They're gonna have to.
This kid can play a slot. That's how
Yeah.
good he is. So, we'll see. Byron Murphy to the Seahawks was good. Like that one.
a lot of people thought they were going to go quarterback. So,
Yeah.
they stuck to their guns as far as defensively. And
The biggest farce in the first round, and of course the Eagles have to get him. Quinion Mitchell, like, how does Quinion Mitchell drop to him? He was like a
Yeah.
top 12, 15 prospect.
Yep.
He goes 22 to the fucking Eagles?
yeah, Howie's been killing y'all for a little bit now. For a couple of years, Howie's been killing, and almost killing y'all, specifically the Cowboys, because that's somebody you guys could have used.
Yeah, don't even remind me. Don't even remind me, because we had 24, right? We had 24, and then we ended up trading the damn pick. And then we were supposed to take Graham Barton, center. We trade back to 29.
And get who?
Tampa gets Graham Barton, and I'm sure, what's his name? Quarterback. Baker Mayfield is happy as hell right now.
Yeah.
And we end up getting Tyler Guyton. Now, 6'8", dude is tall as shit. 6'8", about 300 plus pounds. He's raw, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can he move?
The one thing that makes me like, I'm not gonna go crazy, is because Dallas knows how to pick offensive linemen.
Yes, they do.
Like, I remember when Zach Martin got drafted, people booed out of the. It's a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah.
Like, Frederick, all of these guys, like, they know how to draft offensive line. Even going back to the Michael Irving days, like, they know offensive linemen. So, in Jerry, I trust in regards to that. But all of that just to get another extra third round pick.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now, get the guy that you need and move on. So,
Especially from not doing anything in the off season.
right.
Get the guy at your slot.
And
Like,
get a quarterback too.
we'll see. Draft not over.
After the break, we what else the hell am I going to talk about? I think there was something else football related I wanted to discuss. Your particular conversation about CJ Stroud and Micah Parsons after the break.
Yo, this is Cigar Gents and Gals. I want to give a shout out to my boy Barry for leaving podcast. Keep doing your thing, bro. Killing it.
You wanted to talk about something that I don't like. So please.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, you have your ways, and you should. Your ways work. You've been around the sports things for a while. I think you have certain ways of how to do things because you've been watching sports for a long time. You see what works and you see what doesn't. But I gotta disagree with you. I love the players nowadays having their own voice. I like having them their own shows. I like having them off mic. And I think it's actually healthy for the sport. You being a Cowboy fan, one of many Cowboys fans who now have turned on one of their best players, Micah Parsons, because he has a show.
That's not the only reason we'll continue.
I know, but I was keeping it lighthearted. But his show, I thought it was just a regular show, decent, not bad at all. Pretty. He keeps it. He doesn't give away any game plans. He keeps it pretty light, and I don't feel like it interferes at all with football. Recently, he's been having CJ Stroud come on, and they are like lightning in a bottle. They get together. They're like Chuck and Shaq. So, and the NFL decided to pair them together for the draft and have them do draft commentary. And I was saying I can see a world where these guys either have their own little show or at least CJ is a recurring guest on Micah's show. And I just wanted to know how you felt about that. Like, because I think it's pretty dope, but I feel like you might be thinking different.
It may shock you, but I think that they did a really good job with the first round. Saw some of the coverage. Micah Parsons is a very emotional guy. I don't like the way he talks, but you know it works for him. It works in regards to people who like to hear him. I agree with you in regards to CJ Stroud. Has a lot of bravado and charisma, and they work well together. So shouts to them. It was good. It's good. Up to a certain point. Here's my thing. I enjoyed it. I really did. You know why I did?
Why?
Because it's the off season. That's why. The fact that it's the off season. Go ahead. Talk your sports. Go ahead. Talk your football and break it down. Do all the stuff. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. When the game starts, I don't want to hear from you. All right? If it's not press conference, post game, I don't care. I don't care. This is fine. I've said this. I think that athletes, yes, spread your wings, be able to be in the media space or do other stuff in the off season. It's all good. I don't like when it's in season. The same thing with Mind the Game, JJ Redick and LeBron James. Great podcast. I don't like it because it's happening during season. I don't know when they recorded it. I have no idea. But I don't like it.
So my thing is, isn't this a better use of your time? Because our athletes in our day, and they still are, but wildin'.
I'd rather that.
Strip clubs, parties.
Do normal stuff.
That normal stuff?
Normal stuff, right?
And I think it's pretty, like, constructive. Like, I don't want you thinking about your brand way before you become the player you're supposed to be. But I don't know. I like it. I think it's entertaining. Because to me, when I meant to ask you, what's really the difference between them doing that and quarterbacks and coaches going on like a weekly show or weekly radio show to talk? Because Belichick did it. Tomlin did it. Big Ben did it. Tom Brady did it. And this was all throughout their career. We didn't really hear about it because these were all local things. And we're in New York. We're not going to hear a Patriots radio station. But this has been going on for a while. It's just podcasting kind of puts a new light to it.
Well, I think the reason why that's different is that when those guys are on shows on a weekly basis, they're pretty centric on what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They're talking about the team. They're talking about what they think about certain things and what's going on and blah, blah, blah. They keep it very, very tight to what they're discussing.
10-minute phone call, 15-minute phone call.
This is something completely different where it's like you're talking about other players. You're breaking down the games.
And they're fishing for content. When you're making calls, there was just what happened this week, blah, blah, blah. But now they have to think about content.
Yeah, exactly. You have to now create stuff. And now it's like, okay, after a Dallas Cowboys lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, I as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I don't want to hear from you. If Micah Parsons has one tackle and no tackle for loss, no sacks, and you're gonna come out with this podcast, I'm gonna be hot. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the problem. If CJ Stroud ends up being on the show and he's a co-host and he throws 4 interceptions in the game and he's coming out talking about somebody, that's why it's dangerous, because it sets a precedent and it puts out this narrative it's just unwarranted attention. That's all it is. It's not always going to be the best attention for you as an athlete. That's what I'm saying. Excuse me. But that's why I don't like it.
Okay. Nah, because with football, they definitely try to take the attention away from the individual and always try to keep it on the team.
Yeah.
So I can see that. But I mean, I love my entertainment. I love this new wave media. The Draymond podcast was definitely one of the dopest things to me that happened in ball, but he's already had his 4 rings. And it definitely went off the rails a couple times.
Of course it did. You get smacked and go straight to your podcast. No, we don't care. We don't care. That's what I'm saying. I as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I don't care. I don't care about what Micah has to say in his podcast. I want to hear what you say pregame. They got a mic in your face, talk about the game, talk about the strategy or whatever it is. Post-game, talk about don't rush and not speak to the media and then go to your platform and have everything to say. I don't want that. You're a leader on this team, be a leader. Don't just be a guy that looks to be a star without putting in that necessary leadership work. I'm not saying that he don't put in work to be a good player, but the leadership work is something completely different. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because the Kelsey brothers were established when they did that.
Correct.
So, all right, I got you.
That's all I'm saying. There's a time and a place for it. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, everybody believes that everybody has to do things uniform nowadays. And it's like, these kids are growing up like, yeah, I want to do that. No, do it. Focus on what got you here. What got you here is your hard work and your football ability. Your God-given ability is what got you this platform. Focus on that, because once the bag comes there and you establish yourself and you're a 10-time All-Pro and all these other things, when you do a media thing or a podcast, nobody's going to say anything at that point. People are going to be like, we can't wait to hear what you have to say. But when you're still building yourself, it's a distraction.
Okay.
So I'm saying. Now it's time for my irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch them? I mean, they stink.
Every week I figure out some interesting topics. Let's see what we have this week. See what we got.
Well, can I get one in?
Sure, go ahead.
The Jets tackle, what's his name? I can't pronounce it. It's kind of a difficult one to pronounce. But I just feel like the NFL has been giving us a new gift every year. Every year we get like a new little master class in shading your girlfriend. And this year's entry was great. Definitely had a homeboy on the couch with his mom and dad and girlfriend off to the side. The Jets call his name. He's an instant millionaire. Everybody in the room is happy. And the girl just wants to get a little shine in the camera, and mama was not having any of it.
His name is Oluyamwa Fashanu.
Yeah, I'm going to have to wait till Tony Romo says it a couple times before I really get it.
So definitely listen. Mom Dukes was taught him, young Fashanu, how to be able to be an offensive tackle. She was trying her best to get her little scrawny ass hand in there, and mom kept hitting her with that back.
Yep.
I mean,
throw an elbow in there one time.
Here.
Yo,
I'm hugging my son. Get out of here. This is not your moment.
Body was squared up. Like mom's
not your moment.
Anticipatory. Like, mom's really.
And she had the gall to like reach over Mom Dukes too and grab the man. What are you doing? Just wait your turn. Wait your turn, fam. Don't do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you saw his face, he didn't even look over his mom and try to see her. Nah. He was just mother giving him all the praise. He there.
Yeah, so
that was awkward.
But we get one every year now. We do. I'm just happy they're keeping up with tradition.
We definitely do. Like I loved it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I loved it. Loved seeing it. Let's see what we got here. High school athletic director is arrested for allegedly framing principal, with an AI-generated recording of
mad
a
I skipped over this
story. Rant.
Somebody sent this to me. I didn't make the time to look it up. Can you repeat that one more time?
Again, high school athletic director, so the high school AD, is arrested for allegedly framing principal with an AI-generated recording of a racist rant.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
He heard that Drake Taylor made freestyle and was like, you know
what?
This
is getting dangerous.
You know what?
It's getting dangerous. It's crazy.
Oh,
how much you gotta hate somebody to do something like that though?
That is, and the work you gotta put in, because you gotta get his voice.
Right.
So he was just recording my man's all week.
Yo, that's crazy. You must have been having regular conversations with him, recording him. That's dirty work.
That's dirty work.
That's dirty work, man.
He went hard for that. That's crazy. And then to sit down with the racist speech and put it through the AI generator and send it out.
Well, first off, hold on. The fact that he had to put it through the AI generator, didn't he have to? He had to write that racist.
Exactly. Did he write it or was it off the top of the dome?
Yo,
I want to know.
Man had to write that. What kind of? This is a monster.
He thought this out. This was.
You gotta get him off the streets.
Yeah, no, that's why they had to arrest him, bro.
Yo, that's dirty work.
Yeah, he's pre-planned. He went through the motions. Like he could have stopped at a couple of different
facts.
points. Like
he must have. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, man.
It's like, damn, I had no idea the principal spoke like this. Like there's N-words all over this thing here. This is what. It's like, oh, well, you did it, and then they figure out the
cadence of talking.
They probably saw the transcript of him actually writing it out.
Yeah, he probably because he went over it with his group chat. Like, yo, guys, what do you guys think about this? His friends threw in some suggestions.
Diabolical.
Yo, wow.
You gotta hate somebody real bad to do that. I probably, there's a couple people.
There's a couple people you frame.
There's a couple people in my life that I would entertain it. I would,
What was like was like a phone call record? Like, what was
Let me
like
go
the
ahead and go into
context
the
of it?
details. Let's see. Because details, the dirt is in the details. Says an employee of the Pikesville High School in Baltimore has been arrested for allegedly creating an AI generated recording of the school's principal making racist and anti-Semitic remarks.
Oh shit.
School's AD was arrested on Thursday after investigators determined that he faked Principal Eric Exworth's voice and circulated the audio via social media back in January. Says law enforcement was arrested at the airport while trying to catch a flight to Houston. Mr. Darian was stopped because of the way his declared firearm was packaged in officers. And okay, so he was tripping on all different fronts. Yeah.
And he was almost out of there too, because that's not something they're gonna pursue you for.
Right.
Like you got to Houston, you was out of there. Like they'll let that slide.
Desarm was charged with disrupting school activities, theft, retaliation against a witness, and stalking. Yo, this is deep.
This is a criminal.
Yeah.
Oh, criminal.
He's a vagabond. He's a.
And they tried to take his gun on the plane.
Yo, this man's crazy. This man's crazy. That's a level of hate that I didn't think somebody can be able to have. That's wicked. That's wicked. Eminem announces the death of Slim Shady album dropping this summer. How we feel?
I mean, I was such a big Eminem fan. I mean, and still am. I just feel like his last few projects just wasn't the M I know. And if you do know Eminem, Slim Shady was one of his personas. That was the drug-fueled, crazy, I've been popping pills up for 3 days Eminem.
Right.
So when he's saying the death to Slim Shady, I'm happy for him because that what signals to me is that he's like really kicked the habit. He's been off them for a while, but he probably doesn't have to struggle staying off drugs maybe the way you struggled that first 6 months, year and a half. Now that it's been a couple of years, he's probably really off them, so he's feels comfortable writing that part of me is gone.
But are we gonna get some Slim Shady type raps though?
I mean,
I need that.
I could do without the Ken Kniff.
Yeah,
that was a little extra.
We can't do Ken Kniff anymore.
But nah, man. If he's gonna go out with a bang.
Facts.
Because that was definitely some of the best Slim Shady. So.
I agree. I'm excited. I've always been an M fan. I don't care. Love the Slim Shady stuff. Love it.
Yeah.
So if it's gonna be the death of Slim Shady, make sure you give us the album needs to be like a transition, like start. There's a movie, Slim Shady. He's some plot, and the end is death, right? But I want to need all Slim Shady.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, I need that. Yeah. So looking forward to that. Moving on. The official trailer for FX Clipped, based on the downfall of Donald Sterling, has been released. Let me tell you something about this. This is Christmas come early for me.
Yeah.
Because I hate the Clippers. Everybody who knows this knows I hate the Clippers. And the fact that they've created a movie.
But I love good, bad movies.
Right.
This looks like a great bad movie.
The casting is horrible. Complete rubbish. Listen, I love me some Lawrence Fishburne.
But that haircut,
But come on now,
is wild.
They got him looking crazy in this movie.
They got
he looks nothing like Doc Rivers.
That's hilarious.
He looks nothing like Doc Rivers.
I can't wait. I cannot.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait. I am gonna be locked in to see this series because there was a lot. Listen, Donald Stern was a wild man.
Yes,
he was like, listen, you can talk to him. You just don't bring him to my games.
He was like, you can do anything you want
right,
with
you
him.
can do whatever you want with him. Just don't bring him to my games. That's it. At least he was honest.
Yeah,
right?
at least he was honest.
That's the one thing I respect about people who are like open racist. Like, just be like that, right? Be open racist so I know to avoid you, right? The man was what he was.
He was
right?
what he was.
That's it.
But even that kind of closeted racism, I mean, I get it. Like, I'm banging you.
Right.
You're doing all these guys. I know.
Right.
Don't put it in my face.
Don't put it in my face.
Don't ask me for courtside seats.
For the guy that you banging.
Come on.
Right.
What are we doing here?
Right.
That was wild. So
unless I'm gonna be in on it, for something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring him to my game. Yo, when I heard those recordings back, I was in tears.
Who's the one who got him mad? Magic Johnson? He was
Yeah.
always so friendly with Magic Johnson.
Yeah, he was like, why? Why are you doing? Like, why is he in my games? Like, it's just. So I'm curious to see it. I am really curious to see it, man. Anything that has to do with Clippers downfall, sign me up. Okay, sign me up. Matter of fact, Jimmy, super intern, can you check the Clippers Mavericks score for me, please? Because I'd like to know that they're actually losing the game to make me feel better.
Oh yeah,
they lost by 11.
Yes,
101-90.
So Dallas is up 2-1. Love to see it. Love to see it. That is my irrelevant news.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the? I mean, yeah,
so obviously we've talked briefly about a certain team. So there's other games to discuss. I don't know if I have the energy. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know if I have the energy to actually discuss the entire first round matchups.
I mean, shout out to the Knicks.
Shout out to the Knicks. They're doing their thing. And we will. We will get into the matchups, but I don't know how much energy I'm going to be able to have because I have to get it off my chest. Just like as the great Iron Sheik would say, cameraman, zoom it and zoom it good. Okay? I've been a Laker fan my entire life. My mom introduced me to the Lakers, very small age of 3 years old. She was a Magic Johnson fan. She loved the Lakers because she hated the Boston Celtics that much. She hated Danny Ainge. She hated everybody that was on that team. Larry Bird, she didn't really care for.
Yeah.
But she liked him, right? She was like, he bad, but she didn't like him because he was Boston. But the Lakers, I had Laker gear. Magic Johnson was my favorite player growing up. I hated Michael Jordan to this day because of what he did to us in 91, right? So my Laker ties run deep. Now, I've seen Kobe Bryant come up. I've seen the air balls against Utah. I've seen the championship runs. I've seen the lean years of, the 05 to the 08. I've seen those years. And I've seen the lean years of when Kobe got older and it was just the kids there. But there's something about what I saw and what I continue to see with this particular Laker team. I don't think I've ever been this disgusted being a fan. Never.
Really?
Never been so disgusted. And it started off just like I knew it would. Darvin Ham gets hired a year and a half ago. If you want to call it 2 years, that's fine. And obviously, everybody was excited that he was the guy. It very quickly changed for me. 5 games into the season, I knew that he was a complete fucking idiot. Rotations were bad. We're searching. You didn't understand. And granted, okay, you're a first-year coach. You got to try to find your way. get into the playoffs, you have the big run, and the adjustments that you didn't make, and Denver being as good as they were, you saw the difference. You know, one team can be able to execute in the clutch, get timely baskets, and win those decisive games. Your team is trying to figure it out. So we go into the offseason and say, you know what? Let's go ahead and try to build the team out and build depth, because we didn't have that for so long. Let's build the depth. We got that at the deadline last year, made this run. Let's continue to build the depth. Let's re-sign these guys. Blah, blah. But you don't sign an adequate center. So that's the one thing, is as much as I love Rob Pelinka, made a fucking error there. If you want to compete with the champs, better go get yourself a big that can be able to deal with Jokic.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. Fine. D'Lo had one of the worst series ever. Whole offseason, people talk about what's going on with D'Lo. He re-signs because the stock was low, so we sign up for a 1+1. Cool. Coming to the season, we struggle again. We win the in-season tournament, but then we struggle again. It's the same issues with Darvin Ham. Doesn't know who to play. Rotations are bad. X and O's are bad. The adjustments coming out of halftime are bad. And it's like, am I the only person seeing this? It wasn't. No, Laker Nation was starting to talk about it. Darvin Ham is not the guy. But what you started to really see was the players. They started to behave a lot differently around Darvin Ham and his message. You'd see players drift off and walk away. You see LeBron James have certain mannerisms, Anthony Davis, Austin. Certain guys would just be like, it's neither here nor there. Let's get to the playoffs now. We made the playoffs, made this run. Okay, we're playing the Denver Nuggets again. Here's Darvin Ham. We ain't running from no smoke. Yeah, okay, cool. Fine. You want to go ahead and talk that stuff? That's fine. But make sure that you're prepared for it. And what do I see? Big lead. Game 1. We don't have the adequate fundamentals or the game planning or the execution down the stretch. We lose to Denver. Bench points, non-existent. Game 2. We're up big. D'Lo has a great first half. We're up 20-plus points. Yeah. Denver continues to chip away. D'Lo does nothing in the second half. And we lose on a game buzzer beater because poor execution. No bench points again. Going to game 3 at home. You would think that they would have a little chip on their shoulder. Up big again. Let it slip. No bench production again. 39 points from your bench in 3 games. I would like to know what fucking team you're going to beat with those particular numbers. And the issue that I have is that Darvin Ham continues to play the wrong people. You got D'Lo, had a great game too, but has 2 bad games. So out of 3 games, he's had 2 bad ones.
He doesn't know when to pull him.
Don't know when to pull him. He pulled him last game, great, cool, but that should be a thing going forward. Or you should know who to play. Where's the young kid? Where's the kid's name? I can't remember his name right now, but he was a guy that was good defensively. Had some chops in regards to knowing how to spread the floor, shoot threes. Darvin Ham never knows who to play. And what we're starting to hear, Gabe Vincent said, man, I was on the Heat last year, and, there's certain adjustments that we see out of halftime that I'm used to. Not really seeing it here. We heard Anthony Davis say, sometimes we look like we don't know what the fuck we're doing on both sides of the floor. You had LeBron James after game 3 get asked the question, what do you think is the reason why Denver is so good? And he says, great coaching, great execution, great game planning. Those are all shots at your head coach.
Yeah.
So for me, as devastated as I am, as mad as I am, I want them to get swept now. The reason why is because I need this season to be over so Darvin Ham can hit the bricks. I need D'Lo to be gone. I need this front office to start doing things that's going to win you championships. I have nothing to say about Anthony Davis.
Okay. Because he was healthy this year.
I think he played well. Healthy this season, played most games he ever played in his career. LeBron James, 39 years old, still a factor. When LeBron wanted Kyrie and Kyrie met with you guys last summer, you didn't want to pull the trigger. And I said on this show, the Lakers need to press the nuclear button. Certain guys are not going to get you over the hump. Fucking Austin Reeves is not going to get you over the fucking hump.
Yeah.
Rui Hachimura is not going to get you over the fucking hump. Taurean Prince, as much as he's scoring off the bench with a little pittance that he... Spencer Dinwiddie, what the fuck happened to that guy? All of these players that you have on this team, nobody can score. Nobody can play. Nobody knows what the fuck to do. So as Laker fans, we're now confused because it's like we try to build this team the right way. We try to get these role players up. We get a situation where we're playing the champs. They smoked y'all last year, and nobody has any fucking pride to be able to say, we gonna be better this year. You got D'Lo not going into the huddles, 3 minutes to go on the bench, he's eating food. That's the type of shit that you're talking about? This dude right here, I swear to you, I miss him, right? LeBron James is my guy, but this dude right here, he led with passion. He led with emotion. There was times where he, checked out of games. I remember 07, 06 against Phoenix. Yeah, I remember that. But there was always going to be something that this guy said, you know what? I'm not going to let this team beat me tonight.
Yeah.
This team does not have that. And the reason why I know that they don't have it is because they've quit on Darvin Ham. Every time the Lakers are up, they've been up every single fucking game at halftime. Every game.
Especially with Denver.
With Denver, just talking about Denver. Every game.
Throughout the season, though.
And
with Denver.
Yes, and every third quarter, Denver says, all right, y'all ready to play now?
Yeah.
We own this fucking team. We're good. We can be down 30 points. We know that we are psychologically in their heads.
Opening night for the ring ceremony, for LeBron's fucking 40,000 points.
Aaron Gordon scored more points, almost more points. He scored 10 fewer points than the Lakers bench has had in 3 games.
That's crazy, bro.
So I hear people talk about Braun this, Braun that. Okay, cool, throw the shots. But at the end of the day, it's a collective effort, and it's fucking Darvin Ham. Coaching wins you series. Coaching. There's a reason why Miami, they got no talent right now. There's Jimmy Butler's gone. He's not playing. They beat Boston.
Yeah.
How?
Spoelstra.
Because of Eric fucking Spoelstra. Coaches matter in basketball. Execution matters. Adjustments matter. And when you have a guy that has no idea what he's doing and he learned from a guy that never made adjustments, this is where I look at the Lakers front office. What are you doing? You don't know how to hire head coaches? The one guy that you had in your building, you could have had him. But you tried to put restrictor plates on him. He couldn't hire a staff. He couldn't do all this shit. Now he's on the Clippers being very well.
Yeah. He's the reason.
You could have had Ty Lue as your head coach right now. And I'm telling you right now, if the Lakers had Ty Lue, they don't lose to Denver last year.
No.
They're up 2-1 against Denver this year. It's time to stop the bullshit. get the guys in here or hire somebody who's a leader of men and has done this before. Stop hiring rookie coaches. Why would you hire a rookie coach with a veteran team like this that's ready to win?
Yeah.
There's plenty of other guys that you could have hired.
And a guy like LeBron too, not just a vet, not just a team that's ready to win. This guy's on his way out. He's giving you everything he has, every last.
LeBron and AD literally in 3 games have given you everything they've had. They have scored a combined 58 points a game on 59% shooting. What more the fuck you want them to do? Austin Reeves, he figured out just a step up first 2 games, he didn't do shit. Haven't seen Rui all series. I'm sick of it. I've never been this disgusted being a Lakers fan my whole life. My whole life. It's been 7 games since I've seen a win in the playoffs. And I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm not a fan of the Toronto Raptors. I'm a Laker fan.
Yeah, that's
I've never experienced that with this man.
So if you were to be able to pick their next coach, who would it be?
I don't know. That's the sad part, that I don't know. But it gotta be somebody better than him. You gotta find a point guard that's better than D'Lo, because this kid has been an immature fuck since he came into the league. Can't handle the pressure. It's all good when you're playing well, but when you do shit like that, and you don't want to be in the huddle and you don't answer questions after games, this is why your bag is compromised. Certain people can't play in certain stages. He can't play here. Rui Hachimura probably can't play here. So you know what you need to do? You need to package off all of those dudes and get them the fuck out of here.
It's going to be a long offseason, man.
You will see no Laker attire on me until they get rid of him. I'm done. I'm done. In 36 years, I had never missed a Laker game until game 3. I literally turned it off. It's done. Never turn off a Laker game. Turn it off. And guess what's going to happen in game 4? I won't watch. For what? What the fuck am I watching for?
Yeah. You don't think they got one of them?
Not a shot in hell. Because the thing is, with Denver, they know.
Yeah.
It's time to be able to put the knife in. Slowly. They've done it already. But now it's time to put the death nail in. Not going to give them a win and make them feel good about themselves. No.
Yeah.
We are going to take everything from you and make you guys feel it, that we are the superior team. We have the better coach. We have the best player on planet Earth. And we're going to go back to the NBA Finals. They probably won't, right? But in regards to comparing them and the Lakers, this is the problem, is that they are very close, right? The Lakers are very close to Denver. But Denver is so much better at the Lakers at being the Lakers. That's the problem, is that the Lakers have the depth. Denver has better depth. The Lakers have Anthony Davis. Denver has Jokic.
Yeah.
We have D'Lo. They have Jamal Murray. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're better at every position outside of LeBron. They're just better. I got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you said your piece, brother. This is nothing for me to say.
I've never been this depressed watching basketball in my life.
I can see it. This is usually reserved for your Cowboys in the playoffs, but this is different for you.
My boy Kevin, shouts to Kev. He called me after game 2, and I just, the pain. moving on. How do we feel about the Knicks?
I mean, we know they're not going to win a championship, but I think the whole city's just hyped to be on the ride with them.
I'm enjoying what I'm seeing out of them, man.
Loving
Listen,
what they see. They're playing tough basketball.
It took Embiid 50 points to be able to overcome what the Knicks have been doing, man. They're up 2-1. It's a very, very if Embiid is healthy, it's a very good possibility that they can be able to go 2-2 going back to MSG. But if they can get that game 4, it's gonna set the Knicks up to wrap the series up. Game 4 is an important game in the series. Game 5 is the swing game. Most teams that win game 5 actually win the series. So, we're gonna see if Philly can be able to win the next 2, they're in prime position, but you can't trust Embiid and close out games 2 because there's just something about him is that he can do these things.
Yeah.
Drop 50 and look amazing, and then when the game is on the line in an elimination game, he'll give you 12 points on 6 of 30 shooting. So we're going to see what Embiid steps up, but as he's banged up, but he's showing a lot of heart. He really is, because the fact that this man has a mild case of Bell's palsy, what is going on?
Yeah, that's nuts, bro. And the repeated leg injuries, and he's coming back from that to play, and then pretty much giving you 50 on one leg.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, Philadelphia, they need. I know Sixer fans, they clown on him and say that he's soft or he's inconsistent. But what he's doing right now, they gotta appreciate. Man.
Yeah.
Whether they win or lose the series, this man is literally out there trying to give his all. And as a fan of a team,
that's all you want from your team.
What else can you ask for?
You can't ask for nothing else.
You know
That's why the Knicks are so fun to watch, and that's why the city's so excited. Yeah, we might not be the best team.
Yeah.
But we never feel like we're out of it.
Right.
We see our players going hard.
Right.
So even when we catch losses, we feel like, man, we can get them.
Right.
One more piece and we can get this chip.
Yeah.
So that's all you want from your athletes.
Yeah. So shouts to the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I do. I think that they have the team. I think that they have the road. It's the matchups are there for them to be able to do it. And I think they got a shot. So I think that they wrap up the Sixers in 6. I would say gentleman's sweep, but I respect Embiid more than that. I give him 6 games. The Bucks are in trouble, and I love it. I love it. It got nothing to do with Giannis, right? Got nothing to do with it. It's just the fact that, I've said numerous times that when you hire Doc Rivers, you get exactly what you deserve. I have never seen, you want to talk about basketball nepotism?
Yeah.
I have never seen a man get so many chances to fail upward. Usually it's a white man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Shouts to him to be able to stay around this long and be a survivor, right? Usually it's a white man. But this man, he's terrible. And listen, players are starting to talk about it. You got Rasheed Wallace and Gilbert Arenas. They are avid, Kenyon Martin, they're avid guys that just talk about it. It's just like, what is so special about Doc Rivers as a coach?
Yeah. Even
it's
JJ
not a great
Redick had to jump on him.
It's not a great motivator. It's damn sure not a great X and O's guy. He's supposed to be a defensive guy. And let's look at Milwaukee. Middle of the road defensively. The X and O's are bad. Their pick and roll don't work because I've told people all the time. The Dame Giannis pick and roll is not super effective because Dame is pretty much a one-dimensional guy. He wants to shoot and Giannis wants to drive. So you can be able to kind of stay at home and know exactly what assignments you need to do. There's not enough dynamic ability there to be able to have different variations of a pick and roll. So their offense is struggling. Their team is old. And now all of a sudden, Giannis has been out the whole series. He was out against the Pacers in Game 3 again. And Dame is hurt now.
So
flared up Achilles problem. So what do you think Doc's going to do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, man. and the season is gonna be a complete abject failure. Why? They fired Adrian Grimm. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah.
I hope it's worth it.
Because they stuck with Doc for one more year.
But hold on. I got something to say. I have something to say. That, you know, to the people that were in my comment section said that Thanasis is a good player, NBA. Why doesn't he play? Why doesn't Doc say, hey, Giannis is not playing. Hey, big bro, you're the Antetokounmpo. Come in here and play. Stuck on that bench, huh? Got no talent. They have none. They're old and they're slow.
Yeah.
They gutted their team to go get Dame. Congratulations. Now Dame's hurt. What you gonna do now? Now you have to turn to Doc Rivers for advice.
Yeah, that's...
Good luck. Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Moving on. Bum ass Bucks. Nobody care about them. Nobody care about them. I feel bad for these two teams, so I'm gonna give them some light. This series is the land of misfit toys. Don't nobody care about the series.
Come on.
No. Listen, you don't see no highlights on IG. There's no highlights on the ESPN app. Nothing. I want to see what's going on, but I don't see it. I see Laker games. I see this game. I don't never see no highlights of this games. Magic and Cavs.
Yeah.
Don't nobody care. No one cares. You got NBA Bermuda and Cleveland. Nobody cares.
Yeah, because whoever wins is out of there
Right.
the next series.
They're gonna get smoked anyway.
That's why.
I just wish listen, I have the passion to speak about it. So I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. As a Laker fan, I'm so hurt. I know a lot of people don't care because they hate the Lakers.
Yeah.
They hate LeBron James. I have Laker fans tell me, I can't wait for Lakers to get rid of LeBron so I can cheer for the team again. Shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah. What were you cheering for before? After Kobe left? Like, because it was some lean years, bro.
Yo, people are the worst, man.
Short memories.
I can't do it. I'm in pain. I'm depressed. I'm just lost. Silent Assassin, do you have any kind words for me?
There's always next year.
Woo.
You know what? That is good advice. The only problem is the people that are putting this thing together, I don't trust anymore. I don't trust Jeannie to get on Rob's ass and do the right thing. I don't trust Rob to pick a head coach because he can't. He's not capable of picking a good head coach. Luke Walton wasn't his hire. But after Luke Walton, what do we have? We have Frank Vogel, who won a championship, and you didn't give him any respect. And now we have Darvin Ham. But think about the people that you let walk out the door.
Yeah.
Monty Williams. Could have had him. Jason Kidd was your assistant coach, and you should have fired Vogel put in Jason Kidd, but you waited a year. Ty Lue was right there for the picking. He got fired in Cleveland, and you wanted to give him a timeline of your contract has to line up with Braun, and what ended up happening. Braun is here an extended period of time.
And now the Clippers.
So that, whatever strategy that was, didn't fucking make sense. You know what? I'm done. After the break.
Dummy of the week.
Greatest second on the planet.
Oh.
Dummy, yeah.
Welcome back, y'all. Now it's time for my favorite segment. It used to be my favorite segment today. The greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask who is the Dummy of the Week. Claw's not here. Jimster, do you have a dummy?
Yeah, we already mentioned the one, but the AI voice, the principal.
Okay, so that's your dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that AD, I'm telling you, I don't know what type of hate you gotta have from somebody. I don't know if he slept with your girlfriend or something like that's deep.
And that's diabolical.
You
too.
should try to frame somebody like that. That's on some soap opera shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's trying to destroy me. He's trying to destroy me. Like, I don't know. So yeah, AD gets the
Dummy. Yeah.
AI.
the AD that did the AI gets the
Dummy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Silent Assassin. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with JoJo Siwa.
Explain.
She's just out there. She came out recently with a new song that is found out to be stolen from somebody, and she's acting like she made it. And just her whole new look. She's says she's going through her diva phase, and that she's the first like queer artist to do it, even though there's like a bunch before her. So she's just acting very like, I feel like just like stuck up and stuff. And then she's just all over my For You page. I'm just like sick of it. I'm not even in that world of JoJo Siwa. Like, I don't even know how she's coming up on my For You page, but she's just there and she's annoying me.
So how are people receiving it?
Everyone just hates her.
Really?
Yeah. Just like roasting her, the way she's doing these like dances. It's she was on like a red carpet and her voice is just crazy. So everyone's kind of like taking that voice and then recreating it, and her makeup is whack. And she just, I don't know, I've had enough of her. She needs to hide for a while.
Yeah, get the hell away from my phone. Get off
Yeah.
my screen. You just cringe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there. Listen, they success, but they cringe. Everything they do is cringe, right? Like Doja Cat. Everything she does is cringe.
I love her music, but
Right?
She's
cringe.
Yeah.
She took some pictures the other day. Like,
She always gets you with those. Every couple of
Yeah.
months, she drops like a nice little clavage pic.
but then I realized that Doja Cat. I was like, all right, moving on. Exactly. But yeah, whoever, what's this girl name again?
JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, that dummy of the week.
Dummy.
Yeah. Who you got? 6.
For me, so it's been a while since we had a really, really good rap beef. All these guys are friends. All these guys are making money. All
It's the
these
Boys
labels. Huh?
It was the Boys Club.
It's the Boys Club.
Yeah.
It was cool for a little while, but you know, there's something in the air when you got a good rap beef going on. And you know, after years of going back and forth with one another, Drake and Kendrick finally really start to get at it. Kendrick dissed him on the Like That track. Nice, hard, quick bars, but definitely got the people going. #1 for like 4 weeks in a row. J. Cole steps in. He quickly bows out because he knows something that we don't know about the battle. They roasted J. Cole for a week, and he's not going to get my dumb because, you know, looking back and seeing where the battle's going, I respect it. Drake was on tour. He didn't get a chance to respond right away. And when he did, he gave us a nice little flurry. It wasn't a jab. It wasn't a haymaker. He didn't knock nobody out. But it was a nice little flurry. He tapped everybody's jaw pause who said something about him, but he really went on Kendrick and pointed him out. Kendrick hasn't had the time to respond yet. We thought he'd respond a little quicker. He hasn't responded. Drake tapped him again. A nice little tailor-made freestyle. People are a little upset. There's some AI going on. But he's like goading him. He's like, yo, come on, where you at? I'm outside. Come get me. So we got like a real nice rap beef going on. These guys are dropping weekly. We have things to talk about. I'm excited. I'm hearing these songs outside. And then here comes fucking Kanye West. The guy who could just never let a moment pass that has nothing to do with him. He gets on the Like That remix and drops one of the worst verses he's given us in years. I mean, this was straight garbage. On a really weird interview with Justin LeBoy. So it's not even an interview. He's just talking. You don't get to ask him any real questions. But to me, he's ruined the beef. I was waiting for Kendrick's response, and I was ready to wait. But like this Kanye sticking his head in here, talking about we here to exterminate Drake. It don't even sound right. That just sounds weird. Like I feel like Future and Metro kicked him off the track. They ended up taking the track off the album because it was just like the energy he was bringing was kind of weird. So like I don't even know if I want a Kendrick response anymore. Like, you mucked this whole thing up. We had like a good one on our hands, and you just couldn't fucking let sleeping dogs lie. So Kanye West, from me to you, you're my dummy of the week, bro.
Dummy.
I mean, my goodness.
That was amazing. That was well thought out. It was really good. But you're not gonna throw no shade at Kanye like that. You're gonna do that. I understand.
I love Kanye.
He's
but bro,
crazy.
He's crazy.
He is. So he gets a pass for that. He gets a pass for being crazy. He is.
Vultures is fire.
Yeah.
Great album.
Right.
But come on, let these guys have their moment,
Yeah,
bro.
I agree. Like to stay your old ass out of there and let the young boys go at it a little bit.
Lil Wayne could come in and say something about being the best, but he's watching the moment too. He's a fan. He's a rap fan.
He's a spectator.
Know what I mean?
But see but that's Kanye though. You know he always needs to be the center of attention. So, you know. And whatever he got. Have you realized that he's starting to sound like Mike Tyson a little bit?
Yeah, well, because he has titanium teeth.
Just I can't.
Dummy. Yeah.
So yeah, Kanye takes that. All of those were great. Jeff, that soliloquy you went on was awesome. All those great. I got mine. I have two. I have two this week. Like I said, I'm just trying my best to bring the energy. I'm very low. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner, or the first winner for Dummy of the Week, it's the NFL. The NFL, yes, by
Dummy. Yeah.
now. Granted, they're coming off of this draft is still happening. They're just fantastic. The NFL is always in the story, right? They're always around. They're always making sure that they're making headlines. Roger Goodell is thinking about he's mulling an 18-game schedule. Oh, the draft is happening. You got draft picks and, Michael Penix Jr. headed here, and what's going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys? What's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers? Is he coming? Like, all of these things are just circulating in the air, and it's great. Talking about football 24/7 is wonderful, right? It's what you want. However, it's one thing that I saw that was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Those practice helmets.
Yo.
So all of a sudden, they're cleared for in-game use.
Nah, they gotta relax.
There's no way. Listen, if I'm a player, I don't care if I had 7 or 8 concussions. You not putting that dummy helmet on me. You're not putting that dummy helmet on me. That's not happening. That looks like short bus.
Yeah.
Helmet.
That looks like some idiocracy.
That's all I'm saying. Like, listen, I'm not throwing shade at people that have those afflictions, but yo, that looks crazy. That looks crazy.
Only thing missing is the pencil stick.
Yeah, you know what it feels. You know what there was a mode in Madden years ago where you can be able to make players' heads bigger.
Make the heads big, make the body small.
That's what it looks like.
That is crazy.
I was even gonna say like Toad from Mario.
Right. This ain't cool. They could listen. Of all the technology, the sports science that we come up with, they couldn't come up with nothing better than that.
Can y'all put that on the inside of the helmet?
That should look like my pillow foam that they put on top of your helmet. What is that?
It's like the older racers used to put on top of pencils.
What are we doing? That looks cheap.
And we only seen the black and white.
They got the cream ones I saw.
Oh my god.
Yo, they may have team color ones.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The team color ones are gonna be nuts. The Chargers with the
you think they're gonna have the logo on it?
Nah.
You think they're gonna have the logo on it?
You can't do that.
Come on, man. They can't create a helmet that looks better than that.
That's wild. For practice, I'm all with it 100%. In game, nah, bro. This is a game of risk.
Get this Wayne head helmet out of here.
Facts.
What are we doing? Got them looking like Marvin the Martian.
That is insane.
Marvin the Martian out here. What?
Nah.
So yeah, NFL, Roger Goodell, do better. Y'all got all this money and doing this. My pillow guy.
Dummy. Yeah.
But the next one, and more importantly than the first one, I am the dummy of the week.
Dummy,
Me.
yeah.
Because for me to actually even believe that this team and this franchise had a chance to be able to turn this thing around, I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot. Spo and shouts to Sporty Thieves was here, ST was here. He told me, listen, it's gonna be bad. I didn't believe him. I said, be here or be wherever I can find you.
I remember.
That's what I said to him.
I'm
the idiot.
I thought somebody was gonna get a Lakers tramp stamp.
I'm the idiot. I am the idiot because I keep believing in the brand. I keep believing in the Laker brand. I keep believing that at some point we're gonna crack through because we're the Lakers. I'm the idiot. I actually believe that Darvin Ham could put together a simple game plan that can be able to work against a team that they've played before. And here's the problem, is that the same game plan that he used last year, he's using this year. You keep doubling Jokic, you can't double the best player in the world when he has vision in the back of his head.
Yeah.
He can find players that's on the run, cutting to the basket, open in the corner. The strategy to beat the Nuggets is newsflash. I'm going to give it to you right now. It's not that hard, but for a guy like Darvin Baloney, who's an idiot, it's going to be hard for him. It's like algebra, right? Let Jokic go off
And cover everybody else.
and guard everybody else. You know who did that? The 2004 Detroit Pistons against my Los Angeles Lakers. That was the only other time that as a Laker fan I was hurt. Because as great as Shaq was and he killed the Pistons, Kobe didn't do nothing. Derek Fisher didn't do nothing. Robert Horry did nothing. No one did anything in that series outside of Shaq. And as great as Jokic is, let him average 40.
Yeah.
Let him average 50. But if everybody else, if you're staying home on everybody else and there's no back cuts, there's no open threes for KCP, there's no open threes for a guy like Michael Porter Jr. That's all he does is shoot threes. All he shoots threes and you still double off him and leave him open. What sense does that make? So I'm the idiot because I thought that this team could be able to turn it around. I'm the idiot because I saw that, oh, D'Lo's having a good season. Yeah, maybe they need to keep him. No, I'm the idiot. So going forward, anybody who wants to call me a gullible moron when it comes to talking about my Lakers and believing that they can be able to do anything right, I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot. I can't even talk about the Clippers anymore. Can't do it. Can't talk about how much of a disgrace they are. They're down 2-1 because at least they got to win.
And a competent coach.
At least they got to win and a competent coach. And at least they have an owner that is willing to spend a lot of money to be able to put a team together. You want James Harden? So we go get him. They ain't got shit in the cabinet, but at least they tried.
Yeah.
So I'm the idiot. I got nothing. It's all for this week. I don't even know if I have a PSA. This might be the PSA. If you see Darvin Ham and he's looking for a job in the NBA, show him the last 4 years of his coaching career, regardless of when he was with Budenholzer in Milwaukee, sitting there. Everybody thought that he was the next big coach. Show him that. And then show him his Laker tenure and all the bonehead, baffling mistakes that he's made. And then you can say to yourself, would you hire you? If you were me, would you hire you? And I can guarantee his answer would be truthful. And he'd say no. So this is my PSA, is that never do something or hire somebody or be associated with somebody you know is not capable of doing the job. Don't be that person to be the nepotism hire. Don't be that person, right? Give people the opportunity to succeed on their own, but don't hold their hands through the process. We are grown men. And if I have a situation, I'm going to make sure I give you the opportunity to succeed because I believe in you and your talent to succeed. If I hold your hand through the entire process, you as my friend would never respect me. And you know why you would never respect me? It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with you. Because you're going to say, I don't think that you value me as a person or what I do in this friendship or my abilities to do anything. So you're literally downgrading me as a person. That's how I look at it. So for all the people that think that whatever I said is wrong, you are some bottom-feeding, freeloading, grab-handling, panhandling people that don't have any ambition to do anything that you built. You see this? You see all these cameras and this equipment? Yeah, what do you call this? The podcast package. I built this. I would love for any of you to sit here and do what I do. Have the balls to have a public platform where you actually put your voice out there and have idiots like you think that they can be able to tell me about my life. I don't even care, right? I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. But it's just amazing how there's so many people that love handouts. Nobody wants to work for anything. Nope. I work for things. I have people in my life that work for things. I don't have anybody that wants handouts. But you motherfuckers love that. And that's why as a culture, you talk about me having the problem. As a culture, we have a problem of always asking for handouts and not going for it and grabbing the bag ourselves. We always want somebody else to do it for us. Not the way it works. That's not how life works. That's my PSA.
Great PSA.
Huh? Who got something to say? Who wants to fight? Jimmy, you want to fight with my Lakers? Huh? You said some stuff off camera that I don't appreciate.
By the Lakers?
Yes.
Today?
I'm just kidding. It's fine. I'm venting right now. I'm venting. Shouts to everybody that was here. Claw's not here, but you know he will be back. Jimmy, a super intern, you're the man. Silent Assassin, thank you for sitting here and listening to me vent and rant for almost 3 hours. 6.
It's supposed to be a short show.
It's supposed to be a short show, but I mean,
hey man, listen, I'm always gonna be here for you, brother.
You are the MVP. Hey, listen, I told you, anytime you come here, I perk up, man. It's like Micah Parsons and CJ Stroud, right?
Facts.
That's all it is.
Facts.
We have great chemistry on camera. It's just beautiful. You should see the conversation that we have in DMs. Like I'll say something crazy on the show, and he'll be like, hey, "Yo, brother, I didn't like that." I'm like, "Fuck you! I don't care what you like." And then it'll be like that for like 2 minutes, and then we'll go back to speaking.
Just go back to something else.
It's just the way I am.
This is what it is, man.
People, listen, I don't mean to be a villain. I don't. I just am naturally a villain. I don't do it purposely.
I told you, you're not an asshole. You're just a jerk.
Yes. And I don't care what people think. I think that's the biggest thing that people, they're bothered about me, is that they can say things and it doesn't affect me really. I'm telling you, go look at the comments. It's hateful stuff, man. It's horrible. I can't believe this was episode 200.
Yeah, congratulations, brother. Shout out to you. Let's give a round of applause for that, man. Like, for real.
Yeah. Listen, I never thought that it would get this far when I started. I didn't have a plan. I just press record. 200 episodes later, I've gone through so many different reiterations of the show, right? It was audio. I was trying to sound cookie cutter and radio, and then my mom kind of told me, cut that shit out. That's not you. You know what I mean? And she's no longer here. And I remember she told me without speaking, I said, "Ma, you think I should keep doing this? You think I should do something else?" And she just shook her head. I was like, "You think I should still do it?" She said. I was just like, okay. So for everybody that thinks I'm not good or I don't have a career in this or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. I know what I'm capable of. I know where I'm going. And I see it in front of me. People who are in my circle, they see it.
You just getting to your 10,000 hours, man. Remember the
Yeah.
Beatles said it takes 10,000 hours to be a master of anything, and you just getting through your steps. You're just getting to your 10,000 hours.
It's coming, man. Trust me. And when it comes, I am very petty though, because when it does come, I will be the person to go back into messages and just I'm like that. I just keep receipts. Yeah, so that's it. Episode 200. We're gonna do something. We're gonna have an extravaganza. It wasn't for 200. Maybe it'll be for 250. We'll do something. Yeah, we'll do something big. We'll have a nice venue and have a nice event, man. It'll be fun.
It snuck up on us. That's
really
a good
did.
thing, bro.
It really did.
snuck up on us.
Yeah.
So shout out to that.
Yeah,
Wherever your mom is, I know she's proud.
Ah, man, yeah, I damn sure hope so. Because a lot of this stuff I couldn't do without her. Trust me. The monikers at the end of the show, and there's a reason for that. It's motivation every week. So till next week, you grab, handle it. Stay safe. Stay cool. Peace.
My son is the champ, so get over it.